episode 613 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Going to be talking about tonight's episodes of WWE Friday Night Smackdown and AEW Rampage. All that right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hello, Wrestling Fanatics. Welcome to 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Lance Brock here. Hope everyone had a great Friday today, TGIF. And we have two shows to talk about tonight. WWE Friday Night Smackdown and AEW Rampage. Once again, I did make a mistake this week. TNA Against All Odds on TNA Plus is next Friday, June 14th. But there are two new episodes now available. 360 Anything Goes, talking about podcasts, different ones I listen to, and some recommendations in there as well, but also a new episode of 360 Fanatic Unleashed, going back and looking at TNA Against All Odds 2005. Those are now available right here on Spreaker or wherever you listen to podcasts at. You can go there and listen now. And let's just get right into it on this Friday night. WWE Friday Night Smackdown, and Smackdown was live tonight from Louisville, Kentucky at the KFC Yum Center. We start things off with the Bloodline, the Wise Man Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. And they cut a promo here. Solo still pretty much in charge of the Bloodline now. And now we find out that Tama Tonga will be now known as the main man of the Bloodline. And then our first match of the night. By the way, I almost forgot again, our commentators, Corey Graves and Wade Barrett. So let's get into our first match of the night. Women's action with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill get a victory over Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Grayson Waller, with Austin Theory in his corner, defeats Johnny Gargano with Tommaso Ciampa. LA Knight defeats Carmelo Hayes and then goes to the announcer's table at ringside, gets a headset, and calls out Logan Paul, who is not there. We get a video from him later in the night. He's at a Tetris tournament, actually, and I didn't even know there was such a thing as a Tetris tournament. Not too surprised, though, but that is what we get from our WWE United States champion tonight. And in the main event of SmackDown this week, we have Kevin Owens teaming up with the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins with B-Fab. They take on the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa with the Wise Man Paul Heyman in a 6-man tag team match. They get the win via disqualification. And that was tonight's WWE Friday Night Smackdown. So overall, I wouldn't say it was a bad show, but I wouldn't say that it was anything really that memorable either, but I would recommend checking it out if you did miss tonight's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. And now at this time we go on over to TNT for AEW Rampage. Our commentators tonight, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and our new Rampage commentator, Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. And we have Penta El Zero Miedo with Alex Abrahantes taking on the Butcher. Actually, a pretty good match here to start off the show. At one point, Alex Abrahantes gets taken out in the IOA, but Penta picks up the win, defeating the Butcher. The Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, with Daddy-ass Billy Gunn in their corner, take on the Pillars of Destiny, Hunter Gray and Parvis. Sorry if I'm butchering the name, but the Acclaimed get the victory here, and Max Caster is able to finish his rap, unlike Wednesday night on Dynamite. The Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona defeat Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Quinn. The Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Juice Robinson, with the Switchblade Jay White in their corner, defeat Caleb Crush, Chris Wilde, and Tyler Payne in a trios match. And then after, Jay White declares Juice Robinson as, I believe he said, 1/4 of the Unified Trios champions. So I guess they are going with the Freebird rule with the Bang Bang Gang now, where any three, I should say, of the four could be in any match when they defend the titles. Not a bad idea. I thought still entertaining, but the only thing is they're supposed to be heels, and tonight when they did the 2 words, guns up, they did get a pretty big pop from the live crowd. And in honor of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, even if he is not with AEW any longer, I'm still going to keep saying this on Rampage recaps. It's time for the main event. And we have Mina Shirakawa taking on the Professor Serena Deeb. Really fun main event here on Rampage. Mina gets the win though, defeating Serena Deeb. Then after the match, Mariah May comes to the ring to celebrate. And then we see the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm. And once again, Mariah tries to play peacemaker between the two, as they will be facing at Forbidden Door. And that was tonight's Rampage. So overall, between Smackdown and Rampage, I would say we saw some pretty good pro wrestling on this Friday night. And also, I forgot to mention, Cody Rhodes cut a promo on AJ Styles after that ruse of the retirement last week on Smackdown. And Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles will battle for the WWE Undisputed Championship once again at Clash at the Castle, and it will be an I Quit match. So looking good there. And that looks about all of the news I have for tonight. I know not very much, but I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. And the rest of the weekend, we got AEW Saturday Collision tomorrow. Sunday morning, we have New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. And then Sunday night, WWE NXT Battleground, the Premium Live event. I will be back right here tomorrow morning for the Saturday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Don't forget, you can go in the comment section, leave your thoughts on tonight's Smackdown and Rampage, either right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling Podcasts at, if they have a comment section. Don't forget new episodes of 360 Anything Goes and 360 Fanatic Unleashed now available to listen to. Hope everyone has a great Friday night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. And until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.